Hey there guys, welcome to the Slightly Unusual YouTube channel. My name's Craig. First of all, subscribe to the channel, but more importantly, I've got a confession to make. I am a packet trick-aholic. I love packet tricks. Now, if you don't know what a packet trick is, it's a trick with a small packet of cards, something a little bit like this that I have on the table in front of me, and there's thousands of packet tricks out there. The trouble is, in magic, a lot of the magicians and a lot of people, they look for the latest and greatest trick. And everyone's looking for that new packet trick that's come out or that new thing that's come out. And I think we forget about stuff that got released years ago that maybe isn't performed anywhere near as much, but it's still brilliant. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 best packet tricks you've probably never even heard of or never seen, especially if you're newer to magic. Now, there might be people watching this that have seen 1 or 2 of these, maybe even all 3 of them, but you know, I've spoken to a lot of magicians and I've shown these tricks to a lot of magicians and they all say the same thing. I've never seen that before. So I'm going to perform the 3 tricks for you, the 3 packet tricks, then I'm going to tell you where you can get them from, because these 3 tricks, you can still buy them. They're not released as a standalone item, but you can buy the book or the DVD that they were taught in and you can make it up yourself. So without further ado, let's look at the first packet trick. So the first packet trick is called Stickman 4 from Richard Sanders. I'm sure you all know Richard Sanders, Canadian magician. He's absolutely brilliant. Let me perform it for you first of all. We'll get the camera a little bit closer so you guys can have a really good look. I've got 4 red back cards here. Now, it doesn't really matter about the backs of the cards. I mean, that's not important. The important thing is the front of the cards. Let me explain why. On the front of the cards, they're all exactly the same. You can probably see we've got 4 aces. And using 4 aces for this trick is very important, and you'll see why. Because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before I do it. I'm going to take one of these aces. I'm going to take this ace right here, and I'm going to pop it face up in between the other 3 face down aces. And you can see it face up there. And when I snap my fingers, what happens is that ace actually turns face down, which is pretty weird, but look, I'll do it again. If I snap my fingers, the ace turns face up. Now, the golden rule of magic is never tell anyone how a trick works. I'm going to tell you exactly how it works. This particular ace that's turning face up and face down is the special one. You can tell it's the special one when I snap my fingers because you can see the little stickman on the back. See that little stickman? It's a little magic helper, and you can make the trick work. You can actually make the ace turn face up and face down. Now, it is the only ace with a stickman on it. However, we can duplicate the stickman. You see, if I just rub like this, we actually get a second stickman. So now we have one on this ace and we have one on this ace as well. We have a couple of them, and you can see they don't rub off. That's important. Now, if I want to get a third stickman, I just have to snap my fingers. I wait 2 seconds, and now we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3. That leaves us with this last ace. Now, to get this last one to have a stickman, first of all, you have to make it turn magically face up. Just like that. And when it magically turns face up, that one gets a stickman as well. And we're in a situation where we've actually got 4 stickmen, 1 on each card. But I tell you what, every trick needs a big finish. I've got Sarah behind the camera. Sarah, give me a number between 1 and 4.
2.
2, cool. 1, 2, that'd be that one. Now, this is the point where I get the spectator to hold on to that stickman, but I'll hold on to it because I've got no one here. And these little stickmen, they're actually a stunt team. They actually do a stunt. And I want you to see what stunt they do. So the spectator would be holding here, and then I would just pull, and just like that, all of the stickmen would jump onto that card, and that card, if you wanted to, could be given out as a souvenir. So that's Stickman 4. It is an amazing trick. So why do I like it? Well, first of all, it's awesome. Second of all, as well as being awesome, it's walk around. You don't need a table. It's not examinable. However, when you do this, I've done this hundreds of times. When you do this moment here, and you have all of the stickmen jump onto this card, all people want to do is look at that card. That's all they want to do. They want to look at that card, and when you give it them to keep, these cards just get put away. If you're concerned, you can have a Himba wallet and you can have these switched out. But to be honest, I don't find it necessary. The angles are really good with it, and it's not really that difficult. It's just an Elmsley count, a frustration count, and a couple of doubles, and that's it really. It's a very clever routine. Never seen anything like it before. Now, I will add one thing. When Richard first put this and published it, what he did is when he was showing the aces, he does, I'll be honest with you, what looks like a really dodgy frustration count, where you do the first 3, and if anyone's seen this, you'll know, and as you do the last one, you have to very quickly turn the card over to hide the back, and it just looks like something's going on. on. So if you want to do it the way I do it, all I've done, and if you message me, I'll go through this with you, but all I've done is I've added an extra card at the beginning, and it allows me to give a very clean display of the 4 cards and do a very clean frustration count, and then I can ditch that card as I put the packet trick wallet away, or just ditch it into my pocket, and then I can go into the rest of the routine. I've also added a double lift halfway through the routine, and if you know the routine, you'll see where, which allows me another convincer. So if you want me to go through the handling, please just let me know. However, I will tell you, you can get this trick for free on the Richard Sanders show. Well, it's not for free, you have to buy the DVD, but Richard came up with a set of 3 DVDs. You don't see them around very much, but there's some amazing material on there. They are still available to buy, and Stickman 4 is just one of about 40 awesome routines on the Richard Sanders show. So the first packet trick you've probably never heard of before is Stickman 4 by Richard Sanders. Go and get it on the Richard Sanders DVD set. Right, so packet trick number 2, guys. This is a great one. This is by the legend that is Roy Walton, and it's called Oil and Queens. I want you to have a look at this. Check this out. So I've got a whole bunch of blue-backed playing cards. Oh, there you go. I've got a whole bunch of blue-backed playing cards. It doesn't really matter how many. What's important is the faces of the cards, because I want you to see that they alternate all the way through. Red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black, so on and so forth, all the way through. Red, black, red, black, red, black. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a red card and a black card and a red card and a black card over there. And that leaves us over here with a red card and a black card and a red card and a black card. Now, you've probably heard of something called oil and water. Oil and water doesn't mix. If you put oil and water together, they will separate. It's the same with these cards. You see, I've got red, black here, red, black there. If I just do that, what happens is we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 red cards here. All of the red cards are here, which is pretty cool. And if all of the red cards are here, the question is, what's over here? And I know you're thinking, well, probably the black cards, right? And that's what you'd think. But actually, over here, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 queens, which is just crazy, right? It's absolutely weird. But here's the thing. I understand where the 4 queens come from. What I don't understand is how these cards change into the 4 aces. That just really is weird. And that's magic. So there we go. That's oil and queens. Now, it's an amazing trick. What's nice about this, and I'll talk about the variation that I did in a second, but the original Oil and Queens, I think it was in the Complete Walton. I will put a link in the description below. But the thing about Oil and Queens is it can be done with a regular pack of cards. Even though it's a packet trick, what you can do is you can say, let me take some cards out of this deck. I want to show you something. Let me show you something with these cards. And you can take a whole bunch of cards out, and you can do the trick there and then, so you don't need to carry a special packet around with you. And the original Oil and Queens is the first 2 phases of what I did. So you have the red cards and the black cards, they separate like a oil and water, and then you have the kicker of the queens, and that's it. Now, what I do, and I've been doing this for years and years and years, is I have the cards at the end turn into aces. Now, I'm not saying this is original with me. I've never put this on DVD. I've never published it. The trick is Roy Walton's. However, I've always used this ace kicker. I am sure that there are other people out there that do this as well. I've never seen anyone do it. And every time I've shown magicians this, they've been like, oh, wow, I've never seen that before. That's really cool. But I don't think it's original to me whatsoever. I just never. But this is, when I first learned Oil and Queens, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did that? So what I've added to it is the production of the 4 aces at the end. Now, if you know the original Roy Walton Oil and Queens, and if you don't, 2 places that you can check that out. The first is from Roy Walton's book, and the second is, if you're not a book reader and you're more of a visual learner, Michael Amar, on his Easy to Master Card Miracle set, he actually performed the original Oil and Queens as part of an act as well. So you can actually see it on Michael Amar's, which is available from L&L on a download. All I've added to it is I've added in there 4 aces that are double faces. I don't want to say too much, obviously, but I've added in 4 aces that are double faces, and they are from a regular double face pack of cards. Luckily, when you get a double face pack of cards, the aces, the backs of the aces, or the other side of the aces, are the perfect cards that you need to do this. You then follow the original Roy Walton routine, and at the end, you've got all the time in the world. While they're turning over the queens, you're in a situation where you've got a cover card and you've got the 4 double faces, you can just do a Chris twist or a half pass, and no one's looking at that because they're turning over the queens, and then at the end, you can then show that you've got the 4 aces. So it's a really nice way of doing this. I'm trying to be cryptic, I don't want to give too much away, but please message me if you want more. But basically, grab yourself a double face deck, grab yourself a Roy Walton book, or download the Michael Amar Easy to Master Card Miracles volume, and then you'll be able to learn the routine, and you'll be able to, if you watch this back a couple of times, you'll go, oh right, okay, that makes total sense. But this is another one. I don't see anyone doing all of queens. I definitely don't see anyone doing it with the ace kicker, and it's a shame because it's such an amazing trick. 10 years ago, people were doing it all the time. Now, not so much. Go and do it, it's awesome. Okay, so packet trick number 3, which is one of my absolute favorite packet tricks, is a trick called Pink Floyd by Michael Close. And he actually published this in Workers number 5. Let me perform the trick for you and I'll tell you why I like it. So we'll probably need to get the camera a bit closer for this one. I've got 4 aces here. Sorry, not 4 aces. That's the first trick. I've got four jokers here. Now, the important thing with the trick isn't so much about the jokers. It's about the back of the cards. You see, I want you to see that these cards are red-backed cards. Okay, and the reason that it's important that you know the back color of the cards is because I've got a blue top on. Hopefully, you can see that, and because I've also got blue on my tattoos, which is absolutely perfect because we're going to try and do something. Generally, as a rule, when you use playing cards, they either come in reds or blues. If I take one of these jokers and I just rub it here against that blue dice on my my tattoo, what happens is that card actually changes blue. See, when it comes in contact with something blue, it changes blue, which is kind of weird. Now, we'll do that again. I've still got 3... I've still got 3 jokers left to go. So we'll do this one now. Now watch. This one I'll do a little bit differently. I'll take this joker, I'll rub it against that blue die, and then all I have to do is rub that joker against that one, and that one turns blue as well, which is kind of a bit of a different way of doing it, but it works. So now we've got 2 jokers. Let's do the last 2 at the same time. So watch these 2 jokers. I'm going to let you see absolutely everything so you can see I'm not cheating. I'm going to go really, really slowly on this. Watch. All I have to do, because I'm doing 2 at the same time, I'm going to rub them here. I'm going to hold them against this for a couple of seconds. Let's have a look. No, maybe another couple of seconds. That should be enough. Yeah. And now, hopefully, yeah, look, that one has turned blue. That one has turned blue. In actual fact, we now have 4 jokers, and each one of these jokers has turned blue. Now, people say to me, well, that's amazing, but, you know, how does it work? Well, it's not sleight of hand. It's an illusion. It's not real. You see, if I snap my fingers, the illusion wears off, and we get back into the situation where we've only got 4 jokers, and they've all got red backs, and that's the trick. And now all I have to do is just count through the cards 1, 2, 3, 4, show them, and I'm instantly reset to do it again. So why is this so good? Well, first of all, just like the Richard Sanders trick, this is just a complete worker. It doesn't require it's an instant reset, as you could expect from Michael Close. It's also pretty much angle proof. You don't need tables. It happens in your hands. You don't even need to do anything in the hands of the spectators, which makes it a perfect trick for social distancing because they don't have to touch anything. The only thing I've added to this, which is just completely ridiculous, is when Michael Close originally published it, he had 4 blue cards turning into 4 red cards and then turning back into blue cards. I've done it the other way around, just because I've got this blue tattoo here and I like to incorporate my tattoos into my magic. So I've got the blue tattoo. So I've just turned that round. That's the only reason I've done that. But think about color changing deck. The color changing deck is a really popular thing for magicians to do because from a layman, it's so visual. When they see the deck change color, it's absolutely amazing. With this, it's the same thing as a color changing deck because you have, but with a packet trick, one at a time. Each change is so strong because you see the jokers, you see all of the backs. One at a time they change and then boom, they change back. And then it's an instant reset. You put it away, you're ready to go again. It is really strong. Now, the reason this is pretty much undiscovered is because Michael Close bought out 5 workers' books workers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one got bigger. And if you've studied Michael Close's material, they are amazing books. I mean, they really are. And there's so much strong material in there. The pothole trick. I mean, I could literally list. I remember the first time I saw Michael Close do the card and the salt shaker, and I was just blown away. Like, he does so much strong material. This is almost tucked in there as an afterthought. This is kind of like oh, this is something I do in restaurant work. And it's kind of glossed over. You know, when you have a book with so much material in, you can gloss over stuff. I've seen a lot of people gloss over this because when I've shown it to magicians and I've said it's in the workers' books, they go, what? I didn't see it in the workers' books. So where can you get this? Well, it's very easy to make up. You just need one gaffed card and then grab yourself some jokers from different decks. The best way to get this is go to Michael Close's website, because the workers' books are now available as a download. You can download them all individually, or you can do a bundle of all 5. If you haven't got any of them, I'd suggest getting all 5. And this is in workers number 5. So if you just want to get the one with this in, it's workers number 5, but I would suggest getting the whole download. And yeah, it's just great. One thing I will add is if you're going to be doing packet tricks, you want to get yourself a packet trick wallet. I have about 5 of these. It keeps them nice and pristine. If you're going to get a packet trick wallet, I recommend the JOL wallets, which are sold by Prop Dog. These are best. They're leather. They're amazing. They're really, really good. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you done any of these routines before? Have you ever performed any of them? What reactions do you get? Are there other packet tricks that you do that you think people don't know about, or I might not know about? Please let me know so I can look them up. And yeah, what do you think of the 3 packet tricks that I did? Would they be your top 3 packet tricks that nobody else does, or is there something else that you can tell me about? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to be back again next week. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow. We put videos up every single day, so please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you again soon. My name's Craig from Slightly Unusual.